Alright, so we're done with present, which was easy. I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. I go to school, I do this, I do that on a daily basis, habits and all that. Also, facts, water boils by 9 with 100%, 100 degrees centigrade. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west, so on and so forth. Then, present continuous. I'm walking, teaching, speaking, listening. Present perfect. I have lived here for 20 years. I have read that book. I have watched that movie. Have you been to the US? Have you been to New York? Have you been to the Grand Canyon? Have you ever watched this? Have you seen Tom? Have you heard of Jack Daniel, a famous brand of whatever? And have been doing something. I've been studying English for 10 years. I've been living here for 15 years. I've been doing something. And then we talked about since and for. Since, point of time, since yesterday, since last week, since I moved here, since I met you, since I saw him, simple past. Since and from, the difference, since 1998 means until now. From 1998 to 1999. Some time had passed. Now, something that happened yesterday and finished. What do we call it? I called Tom yesterday. Did you see Tom yesterday? Yeah, yes I did. I saw him. I saw him yesterday evening. So, what was he doing? I don't know. So, I called Jack yesterday. I saw Tom yesterday. So, I saw Tom yesterday. Yeah? This is simple past. In simple past, the verbs are past. We have regular and irregular, right? Yeah? See, saw, speak, spoke. Now there's a list of these that we should know from memory. Whole list. And of course we have regular ones. Play, played. Work, worked. But then again, the question is, with regular ones, D or ED, and pronounced as D or pronounced as T? That's a question. We'll look at this later, the pronunciation, so on and so forth. Today I want to look at the way it's framed. So I did something and finished in the past. Like I went to school yesterday. I cooked. What did you do yesterday? Well, I cooked, I talked to my friend, and we went out, I had lunch and dinner, and I took a shower, and all the things that I did. Now, how would past habit, now present habit, would say, he goes to school. I smoked. Sounds a little weird. I need something. How about past habit? And I say, well, I smoke. How about I smoked, but I don't do it anymore?
I used to.
Perfect. I used to smoke. I used to smoke 20 cigarettes a day. A day means in a day, right? So 20 cigarettes a day. I used to go swimming every day. I used to go out. I used to eat out a lot. I used to talk to my friends every day. I used to go out shop. I used to go shopping every weekend. All the things that I did in the past that I don't do anymore. So past habit, used to do something, right? Used to do something. But let's remember, if it's present habit and you're using used to, is to be used to, or to get used to, then it's doing something. This is something we need to remember. She used to smoke. 20 cigarettes a day. She is used to smoking. To get used to doing something also. Oh, it's so hard for me. Don't worry. You'll get used to it. You will get used to it. So to get used to something. Don't worry. You'll get used to it, or you'll get used to waking up early. Waking up early. I can't wake up early. Don't worry. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to doing something, right? I used to do something. I used to sleep until 11. I used to speak with my friends every day. I used to go out with John every single evening. But I'm used to doing something, right? To be used to doing. I am used to traveling, walking. I am used to smoking. I'll never get used to waking up early. I know I will never get used to waking up, not get used to wake up. Yeah, get used to waking up. But I used to do something. So, I did something yesterday. I did something last week. I finished my homework last night. I called John after dinner last night, but he didn't answer his phone. Something that happened in the past and finished in the past. Yeah, happened in the past and finished. Now, how about past continuous? Give me a sentence.
Past continuous.
Yeah. Past, continuous, or progressive?
He was
He was taking a shower.
when I called him.
Okay. Very good. He was taking a shower when I called him. Or when I called him, he was taking a shower. He was taking a shower. At a certain time in the past, he was taking a shower when I called him. Taking a shower when I called him. Now, some things are possible. He can go on taking a shower, or he can stop, whatever. I was watching TV when the phone rang. I was sleeping when he called. I was driving when... Why don't you answer my phone? I called you. I was driving when he called. Sorry, I couldn't answer. I was jogging when I saw Jack. So I was doing something when something happened. An action was in progress when it was either stopped or overlapped by another action. Now, what's important is when and while. So when something happened, point of time, while is usually continuous, right? I was watching TV while Asaka was cooking. Asaka was watching TV while I was cooking. I was walking out there on the street while Asaka was speaking to a friend. I was teaching English while Asaka was playing with her phone. Never the case. Never. So, I was doing something while Jack was doing something else. So while and when are a little different. I was running when I fell. When something happens. When is point of time. Something happens. I was sleeping when the phone rang. I was sleeping while the phone rang? No. If you say while something happened, it's like period. But if I say I was sleeping while the phone was ringing, because you're talking about the phone went on ringing and singing, and I was sleeping. But I was sleeping when he called. You woke me up. Yeah? So, this is, what were you doing at 10 a.m. last night? So it's a court, somebody's dead, you're there. You're asking me a question. What were you doing at 10 o'clock last night? Where were you? I was at the hotel, sipping wine with my friend. You should prove it. What were you doing at 9 a.m. this morning? I was at Tamwood, waiting for Ray to start my class. It was amazing you guys were on time, thank you. Well, we've been able to achieve a lot, so when we're on time, we can do a lot. So this is past continuous. Now a little tougher than this would be past perfect. Past perfect is like what? Past perfect? Give me a sentence.
I had been taking a shower when he called me.
Okay, I had taken a shower when he arrived. I had finished my homework. I had finished my homework when John arrived, so we could go out for fun. So, always remember, past perfect is something before something else in the past. An action before another action or time in the past. That finished. So I had finished my homework before John arrived. Last time I saw Tom, for the first time, he was such a gentleman. I had never seen such a sweet guy before. So last night I saw Tom. I had never, in my life, I had never seen such a gentleman, all my life before. Last night I watched the movie The Jackass. I had never watched such an exciting movie before. I had never watched. So I watched it here. I had never watched anything like that before. Last night I ate sushi at the Yamato. I had never tasted such a yummy sushi before. This summer I went to Wonderland for the first time. I had never been to Wonderland before. Yeah, it means before then. Something before something else. Now, if you make it past perfect continuous, so instead of finishing, I should say, I had been doing my homework. Let's say for 2 hours when John arrived. So then it would mean, so John arrived and I was still doing my homework. 2 hours Yes? Continuously. I had been doing my homework for 2 hours when John arrived. Yeah? I had been studying English for 20 years, for 10 years, for 5 years when I moved to Canada. I was, last night I was cooking when John came. I had been cooking for 3 hours when John came with 3 pizzas. Were you happy? After 3 hours of cooking, John comes in with 3 pizzas, or are you sad? I'll be happy. I'll say, okay, we can have the pizza now and leave this for tomorrow. We'll have more food. More to eat. So I had been cooking. I had been cooking for 3 hours when John arrived with pizzas. John arrived with pizzas. With pizza. With 3 pizzas, I want to say, with pizza. So I'd been cooking for 3 hours when John arrived with pizza. So John arrived here. Now I want to say that for 3 hours I had been cooking when John arrived. So in the past I had been doing something when something happened. There's yet and already that I want you to learn these two before we move to the future. We have yet and we have already. Usually in present perfect. I haven't finished my lunch yet. I'm still eating. I haven't finished. Oh, he has already finished his plate, his first plate. He has already finished the sandwich. So you know, already and yet are used there. I have already watched that movie. Means I have seen that before. Yeah. I haven't done that yet. I haven't finished my homework yet. I don't say I will not do it yet. Did not do it yet. No. I haven't finished it yet. I haven't seen Jack yet. So, yet and already. Yeah, 5 minutes. So I want to go through future real quick. So future, we have simple future. We have 3 major tenses that deal with simple future. Simple future will do something, will do. But you can say to be going to, and also to be doing something. Now, one of the major differences between will and to be going to, when they ask you, is will is what? One word for will would be spontaneous. Spontaneous. Whereas to be going to is always a plan. So will is for spontaneous, also sometimes for predictions, and also for something that's on schedule and definite. or definite. That is certain. Now, I am going to Jack's party tonight. Oh, really? Oh yeah, I'm going to the party. Are you going to come or will you come? Which one? I'm going to a restaurant tonight. Are you going to come with me or will you come with me?
Will.
Will. Why? Because it's spontaneous. I'm just saying it. She didn't have time to plan it. I'm going to a restaurant tonight. Will you join us? So I'm like, will you join us? Will you join us? She didn't know. I just told her. You know, we're going to a restaurant tonight. Will you join us? Will you go with us? Will you come? She says, yes, I will. No, I won't. But she doesn't say, yes, I'm going to. But no, because I'm going shopping with Jack. That's her response to me. Her response is, that's her response. No, because I'm going shopping with Jack tonight. I am going shopping. Or I am going to do some shopping with Jack. So these two are very similar. Now I'm going to do some shopping. Now, the train is going to arrive or will arrive. Now, if it's a schedule, sometimes we use simple present. The train departs, leaves, and arrives. When we look at departure and arrivals and departures, so the plane departs and arrives. They will sometimes also use will for schedule. Your food will be ready in 10 minutes. Not is going to be, there's no plan. It will be ready. For sure it will be ready. I say, you will go. No, I won't. Yes, you will. No, I won't. Yes, you will. So this is a challenge of definite things like so for certain. But to be going to is a plan. So will is usually spontaneous. You haven't thought about it before. I have a suggestion right now. Will you go? Yes, I will. But I will succeed. This is like a promise. I'll see you in front of the station. Like a future promise. And a schedule and an appointment. So that's will. The future promise. Appointment. To be going to? Plan. But to be going to is used a lot in conversation. Someone calls me right now and says the class is canceled. What are you going to do about it? In conversation, I don't usually say, what will you do about it? What are you going to do about it? You don't know, you just heard. But in conversation, sometimes these grammatical rules are broken. Hey, what you going to do? I have no idea, I don't know. What am I going to do now? It means, what am I going to do? What should I do? What's my plan? I have no idea. So this is simple future. Now the rest is as simple. It's if I go future continuous, next year, this time, or next week, this time, I'll be snowboarding in Whistler. I'll be snowboarding with Lisa in Whistler. Yeah? It's at a certain time in the future. What will you be doing? What will you be doing at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning?
I will be in
I'll be studying English at Townwood. So what will you do at 10 o'clock? No. Because at 10 o'clock is the time period where we're talking about. What are you doing? What were you doing at 10 o'clock last night? I was watching TV. I don't usually say, what did you do at 10 o'clock? What were you doing? I was watching TV. I called you. I'm going to call you at 10 o'clock. What are you doing tomorrow? So for this tense, instead of saying, what will you be doing? I can also say, what are you doing? What are you doing 10 o'clock tomorrow? 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. What will you be doing? I'll be studying. Now, and sometimes I'll be seeing you for things that are in the future and vague. I'll be seeing you. This is vague. I don't want to say when. I'll be seeing you. And the way I pronounce it is usually I'll be seeing you. Seeing you. I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you. Is I'll be seeing you. Amen. I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you. When we speak, I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you. So, at a certain time in the future, what will you be doing at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning? What will you be doing this evening? But usually we don't use this tense. So what are you doing this evening? What are you doing tomorrow evening? But next year, this time, I'm snowboarding with Lisa in Whistler. Or I'll be snowboarding. Now, two more tenses with future. It's future perfect and future perfect continuous. So, I will have finished my homework by 6 p.m. Will have finished. Remember, past perfect? So past perfect was something before something else in the past. Future perfect is something before something else in the future. This is future perfect. Something before something else in the future is future perfect. Something before something in the past is past perfect. So by 6 p.m. this evening, I will have finished my homework. Our class will have finished. I will have finished the class in 5 minutes. By, usually it's used a lot, like by 6 o'clock tomorrow, by next Friday, by next week, by tomorrow evening, I will have finished. I will have done something. We will have done something. So will have done. Will have done. Now, by 6 o'clock this evening, I will have been working on this project for 9 straight hours. This is a tense that even native speakers use very sparingly. They don't use it very often. In 5 minutes, I will have been teaching for 6 hours. For 5 hours. Will have been doing something. Now, the way we pronounce it is will have been. Will have been, huh? Will have been. It's like will have been. I will have been studying, I will have been working on this. Now, of course, tomorrow we'll have more on this, a little more on this. And then, of course, the would have, should have, could have. And a lot of exercises, hopefully. Just to make sure that every time we have a sentence, everything's correct. But I will have done so by next week, we will have finished this project. By next week, this time, we will have been working on this project because next week is here. Imagine we will have been working on this project for 2 years. By next week, this time. We started this project back in 2013. Now it's 2015. By next month, we will have been working on this project for 2 years. It means because will have been working on this. Now this tense is a little hard and tricky and problematic. It's a little hard and complicated, but I'm sure you can do it. We will have a lot of exercises tomorrow, hopefully, and then as we have more exercises, it becomes easier to understand. Okay? Thank you.